And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, let's go!
First carry for James Conner. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Now a toss. This is Conner. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On third down, Roethlisberger. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Barry on the punt as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Jameis to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now Winston. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got him in. Complete. The 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. And even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. And this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Gerald McCoy forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. A first carry now for the rookie from SC. It's Ronald Jones, and he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Play action now. Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage. So
now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. It's the first NFL touchdown of the young career of Ronald Jones as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Extra point up and through, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Steelers. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. They go play action with Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Roethlisberger will hand the counter. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Toss play, Connor. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. In on the stop, Vernon Hargraves.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That's to his running back, complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And Tampa trots out there now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
On the right side, this is Miller. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The drive will start with Connor. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for a loss.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. 1st down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. He's going to float this one deep right side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. The give is to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off the play fake, Winston. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Jameis now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 3rd down, Winston. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Connor. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's Roethlisberger. Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 49. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Following the interception, Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
On play action, Winston. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Winston. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. T.J. Watt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 44. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. Extra point attempt to follow here. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Now Roethlisberger. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And now running right through it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, it's Jones. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I thought going into the 2018 draft, running back was a priority for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they got one of the best ones in the draft, and Ronald Jones II out of USC. He's a guy who knows how to make people miss, but also not afraid to lower his shoulder and make his own way.
And that's what we saw there as he powered his way forward for the first. And Miller with it over the middle. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there, 77 yards. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Switzer now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Connor. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
Let's go now.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll run it with Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Jameis to throw it. He's going to, and Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Switzer now to return. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, Roethlisberger. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Roethlisberger. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And it's taken in at the 9. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Come on. Sunday. Let's go.
This is Jones. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They run with Connor, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 82 yards. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. but you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Looking down, and that's caught inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now Jones, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Switzer now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
We got three blocks. What's that? 56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. Now it's Connor. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Now that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Dante Moncrief, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are able to at least knock the deficit down a bit. Boswell good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Let's not forget, a year ago, this was a last-place team in their division in the National Football League. How quickly the fortunes can turn.
And somewhere There's a former commissioner smiling down and looking because parity was something he was looking for in this league, and it plays itself out year after year. Last to first is not something that's uncommon in the NFL.
Yeah, a season ago, they didn't have one performance like this, but they put it all together in this ball game. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A good pickup there, 26 yards. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They go play action. Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Howard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They give him a gain of 37.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now it's the backup Rudolph. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college. And our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on first down from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. Here's Rudolph. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
One last throw here for Rudolph. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Buccaneers, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.